everyone. I hope you all are having a really, really good week. So, on this week's episode of this Rig Rundown series, I'm going to talk to you guys about the Signature SRV Stratocaster. So right off the bat, I never really modded anything. You know, it all came in stock. I guess the only thing that I really did mod or change is I took the backplate off. I don't know, I just did it because I thought it looked cool, and you know, you see a lot of people with Strats do that. But a lot of people said it changes the tone, but I don't remember ever noticing a big difference when I took the plate off. But I have one ear, so who knows what I'm missing, right? Now, kind of the story, or actually, you know what, let me talk you through the tones first, then we can talk about the story behind the guitar. So right off the bat, you know that neck pickup sound you heard in Pride and Joy, it's just kind of that classic, cool, stratty kind of sound. And then, so then you got so now we're just going to kind of go down the line a little bit, and then you can kind of hear a bit of the difference. So right there, that was the neck pickup. Now we're going to keep going down. So next up, you obviously have the middle and neck pickup, you know, at the same time. Okay, so neck pickup. Then you got the next position. Then you got the middle. Now you got the second position. Now you got bridge. So let's just go backwards now. So bridge, you know, kind of has that biting, kind of screechy sound. I like the, so then going back up, you got that kind of bridge and middle. I really do like that sound. It's just kind of quacky. I think that's the best way to describe it. And then next up you got the middle, which is kind of like, I don't know. It's just a combination of everything, isn't it? You know, not that quacky, but not that dark either. I don't know, it's just kind of in the middle. I don't know, I think a lot of people kind of feel that way about the middle position on a Strat. And then, you know, you kind of get back to that quacky kind of thing with the out of phase neck and middle. So then you're back up to the neck pickup. So I guess I kind of, I don't know, I hope that's a good representation of kind of the sounds you can get with the Strat. But, you know, it's just that kind of that classic sound, really. Now, kind of the story of how I got this guitar. So, well, I guess, you know, a little bit of backstory. If you don't know what we did, you know, what Pete's Diary did before, you know, all this COVID crap happened, what we did a lot is we spoke at middle schools. And, you know, I'd share my story and play a bit of guitar. It was just kind of like, you know, it was like a, you know, motivational speaking. Yeah. And one of the things that we would do is we'd, actually one of my favorite weeks out of the whole year, to be honest, is, when we would go to we'd go to California. We'd done this for like 5 years, in a row. It was like, you know, springtime, that kind of thing. We'd go out to California. We'd do a week of assemblies out there, out in LA. And it was just a lot of fun. You know, it's a lot of work. You know, you're doing like at least, you know, 1 or 2, maybe sometimes even 3 a day. So, you know, it's just kind of go, 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 that kind of thing. Kind of like being on tour, right? But I love it, you know, I like that energy. And the kids always get a kick out of it, too. You know, share my story, play a bit of guitar. They seem to really, really enjoy it. And I really miss doing that a lot. It seems that we're not going to do it this year. But one of the times when we were out there, I'm like, hey, you know, when we finally had some downtime, I'm like, hey, you know, it'd be really cool. Let's try and go to Norman Shore Guitars. Because I'd always wanted to go, but had never really been. I thought it'd be fun to kind of check it out for the first time. I was like, okay, yeah, let's just head down there. Because kind of at the time, too, you know, when we were in California, kind of like a few weeks before, I got some kind of heavy news that I was going to have a big surgery. So Mom had kind of, you know, she was helping me get my mind off of it by kind of like planning some fun stuff in LA. Like we saw like an 80s cover band at the Whiskey A Go Go, and they were fantastic. And actually, Nuno Betancourt hopped on stage with them and played some tunes, so that was really fun. You know, and of course, you know, being on the strip and all that too, just kind of that classic thing, right? It was really fun. But I'm sorry, I'm getting sidetracked as usual. You know, I'm everywhere. But you know, one of the things we did was we headed out to Norm's, and it was awesome because I got to meet Norm. You know, meet everybody basically. You know, Lemmo, Norm, Jen. You know, the whole gang. And it was actually Mark's last week there, so you know, really lucky to meet him and run into him. But kind of when we were there, I kind of had in mind, I'm like, okay, you know, I know I love my Gibsons and stuff, but let's try out some Strats. Because at the time, I was playing what would you call it? I think it was a Mexican Strat. It was like a humbucker on the bridge. Then it was single coils for the rest, right? But I never really gravitated towards it. Just something, I don't know, something never clicked. So I'm like, well, I want to try and have like a classic Strat sound. I'm like, that would probably be really cool. So, you know, so I'm like, okay, let's just try out a bunch of Strats. So just have some fun. So I did end up trying a bunch of them. And I'd been on a huge SRV kick at the time. So, yeah, so I'd been on this huge SRV kick. So kind of seeing this, I got really excited. You know, it wasn't one of the most expensive guitars in the store either. So, kind of because of the crazy news with the surgery kind of suddenly kind of, you know, just happening, Mom was like, hey, you know what, do you maybe want to try and get this guitar since you seem to really enjoy it? And I'm like, yeah, I'm like, you know, every guitar player needs a good Strat in the collection. So, we ended up purchasing it. And, actually, you can find a video, I'll probably put a thumbnail or something up here. You can find a video of me playing this guitar at the store when I was there for the first time. Not my best interview. You can tell I'm kind of quiet, shy, which I always am. But, yeah, I mean, not the best interview, but you can kind of check it out. When I was there last time, that was much better. I saw him like right before the pandemic hit. I was playing like the 335. That was a lot better. But yeah, so you can check out both of those videos out there too if you want. So I guess that kind of sums everything up with this guitar. So yeah, got it at Norm's, you know, huge SRV fan. You know, just a great sounding Strat. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in. I know this was a long one. So if you made it this far, congrats, and thank you. Alright, let me play you guys out. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys for the next one. Have a great week.